Now I'm going to discuss for physics, your most favorite subject, I hope. So physics, how to go, which chapter to concentrate on, what is the technique we should adopt for NEET 2025, that we are going to discuss in next couple 5 to 10 minutes. I'm Abhishek Kumar Chaudhary, Senior Lecturer, Sri Chaitanya, Gosala campus. See, if I will talk about physics, how to study, what to study, basically one thing every one of us know already, there is no shortcut. There is no shortcut. But yes, if there is no shortcut, then there is one more thing that is called smart learning, smart work, hard work, smart work. This all we keep talking about. Today we are going to talk what is the smart work, how to work more on physics smartly, hard work, less number of hours, more output, how to generate. So you have to actually know this, the nature of physics that is being asked in NEET. And on what basis we will discuss it. See, we all know that NCERT that we all generally take reference for NEET. So what is given in NCERT, what NEET might ask, what is in syllabus, what is not in syllabus, everything we decide according to NCERT. So exam pattern will also be decided by NCERT only. How? NCERT, if you will see the board exam, especially CBSE board exam, their second year 12th exam. Their 12th exam, this is not an hard and fast thing, but I have experienced it and you might also check it. 12th exam has some blueprint like semiconductor. This chapter, if you will see, semiconductor. This is of kind of 7 marks there for 12th exam of CBSE board, where the reference book is NCERT. So you will see that semiconductor is also important for NEET, because obviously now students working for 12th exam, and immediately after a couple of months there is NEET exam. So whatever is the output, whatever is the blueprint weightage of some chapter for their 12th board, kind of same in second year you can see in NEET also. So semiconductor is love of NEET. They will definitely ask you couple of questions are to always there. 2 questions on an average, 3 can also be there, and very simple, very easy kind of questions. You can take this topic for 2 questions in the NEET. That is the weightage you can say. But again one point comes, what to study. What to study? 2 things, bifurcate this chapter into 2 things, energy band diagram and all types of diode. Energy band diagram and all types of diode. So what to study? Theoretical questions might come from energy band diagram, energy band theory you can say, or second was all the diodes, proper basic knowledge, all the diodes. Don't try to learn this in very complex manner. They are very simple, like what is Zener diode, what is light emitting diode, what is their characteristic curve, what is IV graph, like for every IV graph is very important, and what is their biasing, forward biasing what happens, reverse biasing what happens, how the circuit works. These kind of thing you have to see in this semiconductor. So make a note, like I will focus more on energy band theory, and the second I will work more on all types of diodes. Transistor is not anymore in the NEET syllabus, so you can work on these concepts, and semiconductor you might take 8 marks in the NEET. After semiconductor, we were talking about second year weightage according to 12th exam of board, CBSE board especially. Then you will see, and more kind of weightage is almost same in all boards also. Some 1 mark more, 1 mark less, but kind of weightage is same in every board. So semiconductor should be your first priority, and very easy kind of questions will come. In NEET also you can look for very semiconductor question and do it first. Second, if you will go with, that is the array optics. Array optics. Array optics also, it is a routine questions in NEET, and more in board also the weightage is also very high. So for board exam also kids do, and for long term students, they are not writing board, they should take this as important topic for NEET. Why I am saying this? See, in class 10th you have done, and same topic you have to do there. So NEET is actually trying to make your work easy. They're not like very difficult questions and all, but we are generally trapped in the wrong kind of preparation, only what to study, how to study, what to leave, what not to study is very important in NEET, especially in the physics subject. So ray optics, if you will see, in ray optics, the most important point, ray optics is formula based topic. You don't have to derive anything in the NEET questions, formula based. And all formula like distance displacement relation, object distance, image distance, focal length, magnification, all of like length relation is there. There is no vector, there is no resolution, there is no vector formula, there is no integration, there is no differentiation. What easier we want? Ray optics is free from all of this. All maths, simple LCM maths is there. Fraction addition, 1 by V, 1 by V, 1 by U, 1 by F. So you see it's a ratio, magnification is the ratio, or all other formula are based on a very simple arithmetic. So you have to make up your mind that mathematically, if you will see the use of maths, the ray optics is one of the easiest of the topic, and that's why NEET is asking it also in a very routine manner. So ray optics you need to do. For this, work firmly on sign convention. You have to work on sign convention. It is confusing, but you have to work on it. Like spend some time, 2-3 hours on it, do all the formula, write formula, match it, but learn it. You cannot intrude into the topic without properly knowing the sign convention. So sign convention, basic formula application, what is magnification, what is lens formula, what is cutting off lens. There are 10 points, and those cutting off lenses, combination of lenses there, mirror, lens, prism. Either of these three will keep coming on rotation. Like this year prism came, maybe next year 24 prism question came. And that question also, see how easy was the question. If you will go through NEET 2024 prism question, they're asking there, NEET 2024, they're asking their refractive index, and that has to be greater than 1. If you will see the 4 options there, only 1 is greater than 1. You can tick that option without actually solving the question. The 3 options are easier than that what NEET can ask, right? So mu was required and one answer was greater than 1, you can directly tick that. What I'm trying to say, sign convention, prism, lens, mirror. In that rotation you have to do questions. In lens, the optical instrument also come, the combination of lenses, compound microscope and all. So ray optics should be your second in the list. Semiconductor, ray optics, that should be there, and ray optics takes time. It is a demanding topic, time demanding topic. You cannot do in 1 hour. Accuracy will develop with the thorough practice. As early you will start, as more accurate you will be up to your NEET 2025. If I will take the third topic, after this third topic number 3, and that is also you have done in 10th class. The name is current electricity chapter. Current electricity chapter. Okay. In this chapter, simple either graph like open NCERT, the various graph, resistivity graph, characteristic graph of Ohm's law, non-ohmic conductor, as many graphs are there, there's all the graphs, that all graphs should be on your tips. So point number 1, all NCERT graphs without any compromise, just memorize it with full accuracy. All the graphs in NCERT. You will surprised to see PYQ, you will see previous year questions. Direct those questions are there. They're not asking to innovate anything. Not usual, just you know or you don't know kind of questions are there. So graph all NCERT graphs of current electricity chapter that you should prepare. 4-5 times you will write notes and revise. It will be there, and that might turn up like in NEET 2021 question came on copper's resistivity graph with temperature and all. They're direct, like you know or you don't know kind of question. You cannot derive it and you will find it. That will not go. Like second will be simple circuit. Simple circuits. When I say simple circuit, it means EMF knowledge, potential difference, especially of cell, and resistance. That's it. You don't have to work more. Okay. Potential difference of cell, potential difference of resistance. Cell can have two types of like E plus IR or E minus IR, sometimes E only. Resistance potential difference will be IR. Simple one loop, maximum two loop circuit. That circuit, in circuit, what is the potential difference of resistance? What is potential difference of a cell? These kind of questions you should do, you must do. And trust me, they are solved in one line, two line, one line, two line. It's not like an entire page derivation you need to do. Proper formula, proper technique you know, and it can be solved in two lines at the max. After that, in current electricity, first is what? First I asked you, go with thorough with the graph. Second, I asked you simple circuit, that is single loop or double loop, like V equal to IR. You're calculating potential of cell or potential of resistance. That you have to know. And the third in current electricity, if you will go, third in current electricity is the energy and power. Energy and power questions. I'm not asking you to only study this. I'm just asking you to focus more on these topics. Focus more, be thorough, because these kind of questions, energy, power, like bulb questions you will take, or heater questions you will take, or kilowatt hour type of questions, what is energy in kilowatt hour. So these kind of questions, they might ask from current electricity chapter. Simple circuit, in simple circuit you can add Kirchhoff's law also. Okay. Kirchhoff's law also. So these are the topics that you should emphasize more. You know, these three topics that I have written here, that alone can give you at least 20 to 24 marks. These three, right? Like even 6 questions are coming, 24 marks are there, and these are the questions which are damn easy. Straight one line, two line of solving. You put the value, you get the answer. Okay. There are few topics which are complex also, right? But right now, first you guarantee your 120 marks, and then work on. Like preparation should be like this. It should not be like, don't always try to walk against the wind. You know, I will do first SHM or I will do rotational mechanics. You have to do, but first guarantee your 120 marks, and to guarantee there are many easy chapters also. So that way you can emphasize more, and NEET will definitely ask. Reason I have told you, in board exam of almost all the boards, CBSE I take just a reference, but almost all the boards, these chapters have more weightage, and if there are more weightage, there is a logic defined. In 12th in the board exam, kids are focusing more on some chapter. NEET has to ask more questions from those chapters in the second year. That is a very simple logic defined. They cannot go against it. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. You are focusing for board exam, all of the sudden 1 month is left, and then kids are focusing on some other chapters all of the sudden. That is not possible for kids. It is a very hectic task also. Next, after this, go on two twins like here. One twin and two chapter. Atoms, nuclei. Atoms, nuclei. Twins. Okay. More or less same kind of concepts are there. Atoms you study in chemistry also. Atoms, simple two things in atoms, and guaranteed two things. Bohr's model, atomic spectra, nothing else, like hydrogen spectra and Bohr's model. Kuch nahi karne. Rutherford, you know, I'm saying focus more. If you know everything, there is nothing better than that. But if you want to be intensive with your studies, focus more in atoms on what? Bohr's model. Now, if you know Bohr's model, know everything from A to Z, everything. It's a planetary model, it's a single electron model. Why not double electron model? That you should be thorough. Why it doesn't work for double electron model? It should not be what is there. Everything between the lines of NCERT should be, each comma, full stop should be on your tips. So that is the meaning of intensive. It doesn't mean that 2 topics you took, 2-3 formula you did, and you're done with that. That does not work. If you know something, you know with a full precision, right? And second one is the hydrogen spectra. Hydrogen spectra. These 2 topics you have to do from atoms, and NEET will ask you questions guaranteed from these 2. Here and there, sometimes where is the closest distance of approach? Closest distance of approach in Rutherford. You will study that in so many times in nuclei, in Rutherford, in electrostats. That more or less will be in your mind in gravitation. But this atoms, Bohr and hydrogen spectra, that should be very, very thorough in your mind. you will get through with the questions in NEET. Next one, if I will talk about nuclei, what topic in nuclei? What to study in nuclei? What to study with so much accuracy? Anyone is asking anything and I am done, okay, ask whatever you can ask. So there also you can make two topics. One is the binding energy questions. Binding energy on the basis of mass defect of a single nucleus. Binding energy on the basis of nuclear reaction. Binding energy in nuclear fission also. Means wherever binding energy is coming, binding or energy questions of pair annihilation, or pair production. So wherever energy is involved in nucleus, I am thorough with it. Every detail I know. So that energy consideration is very, very, very important for nuclei. So you can make your energy questions in nuclei or binding energy questions in nuclei. And as many varieties are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, every formula should be in your mind and all thorough practice. In PYQs also, you will see major questions on that. Second, if I will go on nuclei, first I told you binding energy questions. So binding energy does not mean that you will say, okay, delta M into 931.5 or delta M into C square. As I said, binding energy questions come through different model. All these models should be in your mind. Next, if you will go on this, the slight knowledge of nuclear force for theory questions. So nuclear force will hardly go, I think, half an hour. Half an hour, NCERT points to ponder have many important points. To all those points, theoretical question, nuclear force, there is no mathematical expression for nuclear force. So numerical cannot be asked also. But what is the graph? Where it becomes repulsive? At what separation it is attractive? What kind, every detail when it is charged independent, but when proton-proton interaction becomes the least. These kind of questions, you should be very thorough in nuclear force. So binding energy, property of nuclear force, and that nuclear force property just for theory question, like it is short range, saturated, tensor force, like spin dependent, these all concepts you have to take. And the last, fission. Fusion in NEET, if you will see nuclear fusion, this is the least asked topic in NEET. Nuclear fusion I am saying. But fission is again important. Fission is the combination of theory as well as numerical. Numerical will be like power reactor question or energy or number of fission per second questions. So there are 3-4 numericals that you have to take care. But again, theory is also very important. Average number of neutron, product are not always certain. There are many things, right? So fission is important. So you will include 3 topics in nuclei. One is this order wise, if you will include, that is binding energy, nuclear force, fission. You have to emphasize more on these topics. Again, I am saying these are not the only topics that you have to study, but I am just helping you, trying to help you to score at least 120 with the least of effort. So that 45 minutes done, 120 marks you have achieved, or 40 minutes, 120 marks you have achieved in NEET 2025. After that, if more half an hour or 20 minutes I can devote, I can take my marks up to 160 or 155. Getting good marks in NEET is obviously required honest practice, hard work, full dedication, proper revision, like good kind of study should be there. But again, I'm saying I'm just helping you here for the smart work. Hard work is only you have to do. Nobody can replace you in hard work, right? And I hope you're doing also. But if you will take some input, the hard work plus smart work, a good combination will be there. So that is atoms, nuclei. Now these ray optics, atoms, nuclei, current, electricity and semiconductor, these 4 can give us at least 32 to 40. This much marks. So my 40 marks is done, 32 to 40 marks. And again I am saying these are the chapters where if you will put more of your energy as much you are putting in mechanics, in 70% of that energy you will be more accurate and you will enjoy also. Like I am getting questions, I am getting marks. Okay, nuclear reaction, binding energy, I said mass number is conserved and charge number is conserved. These kind of things, like you have to know what product will be there. It's easy questions, just one line questions. Okay, how to know, that's a different thing. Right now today I am saying what you have to know. Okay, so I hope this much is clear. Going next, after next, in second year, first I am telling you, next weightage is of this chapter, electrostatics or electrostats. Electrostats is considered as the fundamental of the entire second year. Wherever you study electricity, electric field, everything. So electrostats, including capacitor, electrostats including capacitor. This is something which you cannot exclude, whether you love it or you hate it, you cannot exclude it. Karna to hai, you have to do it. But then again, if you have to do it, so do it smartly. So what we have to focus more on in this electrostats, my opinion, go with like application of electric field. Application of electric field. I'm not saying formula of electric field. Application of electric field. If you know electric field, like you know ring electric field, if I'm writing there is a uniform ring and this is the radius r at a distance x, I know it is k q x upon r square plus x square 3 by 2. Okay, this is electric field, axial electric field due to uniformly charged ring. I know this formula. And what is the application? If I know the formula, so what this formula will do, where I can use it. So like one of the common example I might take, electric field is exerting force, and force, entire mechanics is open. Force means motion. Motion means what kind? It can be circular also. It can be projectile also. It can be kind of straight line motion also. So what I want to say is just by knowing electric field, a question setter can ask you entire mechanics. It's a vast application. I'm just throwing a electron in electric field. It can be acting like a projectile, or SHM like simple pendulum. G effective, electric field is up or electric field is down, or electric field is horizontal, these kind of question. So electric field plus mechanics, motion, that is the golden question from electrostats. Very, very golden one. So that you have a little like know the formula and know the application, where to use. One application I told you for force. Second application will be for potential. Third application will be for flux. Flux and Gauss law or Gauss's law. So we will go like this: flux, Gauss law, potential and force. These are the three applications of what? Electric field. Now it will not be done in 1 hour or 2 hours. You have to plan it and you have to do with full accuracy. For force, you have to know little knowledge about mechanics also, but for these two, only this chapter will do the work. Like if E is given, then what is V? Sometimes graph questions, if potential is given, then what is E? These kind, and flux obviously E dot A and all. So when you will write electrostats application, just memorizing electric field formula will not work. Electric field application you have to go for, and it is very, very important. Then these three are done, then go on capacitor. And capacitor, the most important question, I can sometimes say only one question, that in capacitor, if someone want to work intensive, like not willing to devote much time to it, so that is the combination question. Combination of capacitors. Combination of capacitors, right? Series combination or parallel combination, or you can go with the like a Wheatstone bridge. Okay, Wheatstone bridge, these kind of questions. Whatever in NEET level is there, combination is just not only to find equivalent capacitance. Combination questions, I am saying, there one kind of question will be what is the equivalent capacitance. Other type of questions will also come, like series combination. Do we know charge is constant? Yes. Charge is same rather, like every capacitor will have the same charge that is flowing through it. But then potential difference is different. And if potential difference is different, then that is a question. How much is the potential difference? Got it? 3 capacitors in series, C1, C2, C3. What is C2 potential difference? That is in grouping. What is same? That is same. What is not same? That is the question. Like in parallel, what is same? In parallel, potential difference is same, right? And what is not same? Charge is not same. Then what is charge through a certain capacitor? That's a question. So grouping and what is changing, finding that. Grouping means what is series formula, it is parallel formula. Series, what is changing? Potential. So how to calculate potential of a certain capacitor. And in grouping, in parallel, potential constant, what is varying? Charge. So how to find charge on a certain capacitor. These kind of questions, there are many variety, like parallel plates are there, IH method we are saying, cross plate. There are many methods. Model right now I'm not discussing. Just this heading should be well practiced for you NEET 2025. Okay. So these are the topics, and one more topic I want to add. Next topic, go in Lenz's law separately. I'm not including that in the electromagnetic induction. Just separately take this topic. Okay. That topic needs a very accurate practice and very tricky way to solve it also. Like many discussions are there, and while you're doing 180 questions in NEET, maybe that time that your mind is working that much or not. So for that, the easiest of the way you have to learn to tackle Lenz's law. So Lenz's law, take it a separate topic. If it comes, it will not be easy. I'm not saying the topic is difficult, but while you're doing 180 questions at a time and suddenly one thoughtful question is coming there, that requires a lots of input. Got it? So you have to practice well. If you want to win a race in Olympic in 1 minute, you have to practice to win it in half minute, because efficiency there will fall. That's why I'm saying that this topic should be a well practiced, so much practice that even if some critical questions is coming, you are able to tackle it. After doing all this, now these all, I hope you have made a note. If you have made a note and practice this much, then I will go on first year. First year topic, if you will see, how to do smartly. First year majority is mechanics, and mechanics is difficult. Why difficult? Because it is not difficult because you cannot do it kind of thing. It is difficult because it needs some mathematical application. Maths is required, and generally if you are not thorough with the maths or mathematical, like I know how to use maths, but I'm not that fast. So NEET that becomes difficult, because NEET is supposing like we are expected to solve a question in 1 minute and bubbling also. So that much fast with maths, if we are not there, then it sounds like difficult. Maybe if we are given 2 hours for physics only, then physics marks will improve for everyone. So it's not like if we are weak in physics, we have to be accurate in a certain time. That's why it becomes difficult. So how to tackle it? So in mechanics, I will personally, in my opinion, I will suggest you have to exclude differentiation and integration first. It's not the foremost and very priority like topic. You have to exclude it first, right? Differentiation and integration. Just take one out of this, differentiation of x raised to power n and integration of x raised to power n. Trust me, if you know this, 80% of the questions of NEET level can be solved in mechanics, kinematics, in work like integration f dot dx. That's. Then you have to be thorough secondly with graph. Graph, especially in kinematics, is one of the most important topics. Graph in kinematics. Then you have to work very hard on motion under gravity. Motion under gravity is again formula based, and there is a sign convention also. Okay, take this topic. So kinematics means work in this. One day I am talking about. Projectile is again, right now I will not discuss, because projectile is completely formula based. That too you must know. There is no discussion in that. It should be memorized time of flight or maximum height, because if NEET will ask, they will simply ask question on a direct formula from projectile. But graph, simple differentiation, integration, and motion under gravity, something to be very, very thorough about. Like we have to practice more on this. Second chapter that I will tell you to go with work, energy and power. Work, energy and power with collisions. I can say this topic is love of NEET for the first year. Like semiconductor is love of NEET for the second year. That is for first year. Work, energy, power with collisions, but how to proceed? Simple formula and more accurate practice. Sometimes you are calculating your answer in joules and answer is given in electron volt. Answer is given in earth. So more practice, like little details kind of thing. I'm not like I'm solving one question in one page and one and a half. These kind of questions are not coming. If you know it, it's good for you. But if you want to know this chapter from scratch, focus more on formula. Take this chapter as formula based. but including that there are many theory questions also coming from this, like collision. Kinetic energy in elastic collision is constant or conserved, right? Or momentum is conserved for what body? Individual body or for a system? In what direction momentum is conserved? Along a certain direction or overall momentum is conserved? Restitution depends on nature of material, right? Restitution does not depend on velocity or does not depend on any other motion parameter. So these kind of theory questions, and theory questions, the best thing is NCERT. But NCERT again has very mature language. NCERT is written in that way you have to read it again and again. If you are not good at reading, then NCERT might ditch you in there. But ditch means you will take some other meaning, but actual meaning is something else. You need to have a very good mentor for reading NCERT with you. That mentor could be your some good friend, some family member, and there is a mentor in your family or in your friend or somewhere who is helping you to go thorough with NCERT. It's very important that what you understood out of NCERT reading is actually true. Otherwise, sometimes we may well consider, this is saying, that is the meaning. And after NEET, we come to know that I got this, but actual meaning is this. That is a very problem in NCERT reading. So don't rely on everything that you understood. Keep it checked, either through test or through some of your mentor. So what you got, like if testing is your getting marks, it means you have got the concept. That is my strong suggestion to all of you. In theory questions, keep yourself checked. Otherwise, after NEET, you will come to know, okay, I got that meaning, actual meaning is something else, right? So many theory questions are coming. So formula-based numerical you have to do. Formula-based numericals. Okay, work energy theorem, power for water flow, power for windmill, power for chain question. There are many models like power and kinematics, like NCERT has a question, constant power kinematics, constant power then velocity variation with time, constant power then displacement variation with time. So these are the things you have to do. And secondly, theoretically be very sound in this chapter. Both can come. Like if I will say momentum is zero, then kinetic energy zero or not zero. This kind of question, that is a theory question, just for a reference. So you can do one mistake in this. What mistake you can do? You can go with the kinetic energy is P square by 2m, momentum is zero, kinetic energy is zero. You might write it zero, but that will be wrong. Why wrong? Because momentum of a body is not zero given. If momentum of a system is zero, m is moving with you, that is also moving with you. So their momentum will be cancelled. Plus mu, minus mu. This is plus momentum, that is minus momentum. So momentum will be cancelled. But kinetic energy being a scalar quantity, kinetic energy has no direction. So that will not be cancelled. So plus and minus, momentum is zero, but kinetic energy is not zero. Just a glimpse I have given. These kind of theory questions will be there. Otherwise, you will always keep in mind, okay, momentum is zero, then kinetic energy. That formula is only for one body. One body momentum is zero, then that body kinetic energy will be zero. But for a system, that is not applicable. Just a glimpse. This kind of mini questions come from this. After that, if you will go next and try to work next on which chapter. See, system of particles is a very lengthy chapter, very difficult also, like not actually difficult, but students find it difficult. But if you will do selective study from this, selective study, like first I will tell you calculation of center of mass. If you see this topic, you have done this topic, you must know it is formula based topic. Like m1, x1, m2, x2, I have to put the values, I will have to get answer. Or what is semi-ring or what is semi-disk center, a formula based topic. Formula that we can memorize, you are good at memorizing things, like you are intelligent bio students. So this is formula based topic and NEET will ask you formula based question on this. There is no surprises, there is no out of box. Surprises in NEET is only in theory questions. Numerical, there is no unexpected thing, right? So you have to be accurate, but you don't have to be very mathematically sound for numericals. So calculation of center of mass, calculation after that you will go with moment of inertia. moment of inertia. The mini technique in moment of inertia. Do this topic with short tricks, technique. This is very, very important. All long method will not help during NEET. Even if you know, you will not be able to produce at the time of NEET. So a perpendicular axis theorem, parallel axis theorem, and the cavity kind of questions. There are many models questions in this, and for every model you should know in such a manner you can solve question in maximum 2 lines. Got it? The mini technique. Otherwise, moment of inertia you are solving in one page, that is as good as not solving it in NEET. 1 minute solving. Always keep in mind. NEET kind of question. Third is conservation of angular momentum. This is again love of NEET. Conservation of angular momentum. So in system of particle, if you go through in all topics, good for you. Otherwise, these 3 topics should be very, very strong. See, these 3, conservation of angular momentum is formula based, and that will help you in learning gravitation also. Got it? Gravitation also, Kepler's law also. So that anyway you have to know. And in Bohr's model also, quantization in nuclei also. So that topic is something that we cannot completely ignore, right? So we have to enter into this topic. Better do it with full accuracy and precision. Moment of inertia and this. Got it? And after this all, I will suggest one at last. Why I am suggesting at last? Because see, for especially long-term student, touch unit and dimension chapter at last. At like doing first, it is the first chapter in NCERT, but always try to do it last. Doing last unit and dimension will give you very relatable. Every quantity you have studied, entire physics you have studied. Now you know what is activity, or you know what is the energy density. So that chapter is more relatable, but do it, don't skip it. Unit and dimension with screw gauge and vernier caliper. If you are not good at these topics, then go with least count at least. What is the least count? But I would suggest spend some time and know how to write the measurement also, right? For screw gauge and this. Unit and dimension, homogeneity questions, screw gauge, and these all vernier caliper questions you have to do, but do it last. So these are the few topics I wanted to discuss with you to get a good marks and with a lesser effort with smart work in NEET. We will discuss it more, right, quite often. I will come again with some new ideas, some new suggestions, some new thing. Till the time, bye-bye, God bless you, take care.